broken or something.
Yeah.
All right, going live. See if we can go live on YouTube. See if we can go live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We are maybe live on Twitch. How's it going, everybody? How you doing? It's mail day. Got a lot of mail to get through, but I also want to put my Silver Tempest binder together. So this might be a little bit longer than usual. Somebody might like that. Somebody might not like it. Ultra, we're not late. It's only 1 minute. That's fashionable. Know the difference. There we go. I don't know if Lucky Dino Island is here from Twitch, but thank you very much for the Twitch sub. If anyone has Amazon Prime and hasn't used their once a month free sub, always appreciated.
Is that what you're saying I should do then? Quickly go onto Twitch.
Yes. If you never used it before, then you have to like link your account. All right. First up, I think maybe I go through. I got a little Troll and Toad package here. I got various mail. One from Sam, the giant box from the thumbnail. That could take a little while to go through. All right. I can't remember exactly what I bought here. It looks like some Ultra Prism hits. Hopefully they're good. I'm Gandalf now? Why? Oh, we're bareback in here. We got a Decidueye. We got quite a few of those for anyone that doesn't know. Those are the magical divergent tints with the 2 packs of Evolving Skies in them. Moonbreon hunt tomorrow for anyone that wants to tune into that. Not tonight. We're doing it's easy mode. We got singles only today. Radsy says, "Do you guys ever want to suck honey off some tree bark?" That has never crossed my mind, but good to know that it's an option. I don't know if it'll ever be an Olympic sport, but.
Did you say this is off Troll and they don't even sleeve the cards?
No, they don't sleeve any of it. They're just bareback.
That's crazy. Even
like the hyper rares and stuff like that, just like no sleeves. This Drapion, I don't know if it was actually missing that. I feel like also someone might have sent me one in the process. So like usually with the hyper rares and stuff like that is not a big deal. They're pretty tough. The back, not so much, but the fronts on them, I don't know if the texture kind of gives it a protective layer. But yeah, never sleeved. If you get into like stuff that's really expensive, sometimes it'll be in like its own top loader or whatever. But for this stuff,
so it's sellers that send in the Troll and Toad, and then they sell on behalf. Don't you think they would send in sleeves or?
I don't know. They might be instructed not to. Right. I think it's like a time and space thing.
Right.
But then again, like, I don't know, certain stuff that you get from certain sellers that is like top loaded. There's a couple sellers that like every time I buy from them. But it's also kind of more expensive stuff. You got the Exeggutor, which is a little crusty. So like your beast rings.
Ooh.
Lots of hypers.
Quick question: do you remember what you paid for that Dialga?
I do not. I'm gonna say somewhere between $10 and $20 probably.
Oh, really? See,
I don't know what it is on there. I can look it up later, but
yeah, they're relatively priced, especially in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're £30. I don't know if they're hard to find or something.
There's a beautiful card. So I'm just these are all cards that I actually needed. So I'm penny sleeving them, which seems like a little bit of a waste of time because I'm gonna end up. I should probably just be double sleeving them. Burning Shadows, Fire Energy. I think that was the last chase card that I needed for Burning Shadows.
Oh, so Tanya's saying Troll tells you not to put the cards in sleeves. See, that's crazy. She's sending in cards that, even if they're like $5 or whatever, you want to be protected. They're just lobbing them in the box.
Yeah, and you would think that like something over $10 would probably be in a sleeve, but yeah, they're probably just all in a box. I guess like also with the sleeves are dirty and
yeah,
it probably makes it worse, but get a little nick on that guy. I do believe that, although it's weird. I don't know. Maybe higher value stuff they kind of give like an exception or something.
Yeah, you would hope so. Anyway, you'd hope so.
Because although I don't know, I bought some stuff that was good, bad, expensive. That sometimes it is in a Toploader, like the Ruby and Sapphire stuff that I purchased from Troll. Some of it was in Toploaders.
Yeah, I remember from that when we first did that Ruby and Sapphire binder stream.
Yeah, the Blaziken.
Yeah.
A couple of them, Blaziken, etc. were in like Toploaders even. But who knows? That's the Troll order, which is pretty blingy. Not bad. I think that the total on it wasn't very much. Maybe somewhere between 100 and 200 bucks.
That's good.
Carrot, how's it going? Over on the Twitch. Lil B Pink Flame saying Twitch quality is so clean. I turned up the bitrate on Twitch to as high as it will allow me. So it should be a little bit better if I move around really quick. Less motion blur, whatever you want to call it. Alright, we got an ultra envelope. We get the stuff off the desk here first. We got a customized mousey boy, Tanda mouse. Some extra tape. Not as much tape as last time. Last time Ultra sent me something, he wrapped the entire like Toploader or cards or whatever like 7 times over in painter's tape. Which was
well protected.
It was definitely well protected. Got a Mawile for the Mawile binder, always appreciated, and the custom card with get naughty. J-boys get effed for every scam they've committed. Thank you very much, Ultra. I'll have to put that in the signature binder. All right. And the Toploader. All right. Oh, from the Pokemon Center. Now, try not to get into too many plushies. Sam, I know you're buried in plushies over there.
Oh,
but
literally buried in a minute.
I saw this pop up, and I have the Mawile. This is my favorite. This was an E4 Secret Santa gift, along with the Shuckle.
Are they the sitting cuties?
They are, yeah.
They're really
so cool. I was like, you know what? I have 2 of them. I should probably get like my favorite 6 Pokemon. The other 3 are not out yet. Gen 5 just came out. So we got the Whimsicott. It's pretty cool. It's got a little stem and his little butt fluff. Say the Mawile is OC? The card or the plushie? But yeah, I don't know. It's a decent plush. It's pretty puffy, pretty chunky. All right, do I have? I should have been more organized here. Alright, I got a couple postcards. Take a look at those. Of a Japanese lady and a Mawile from the Pokemon Center. Got this from Savage Man 76 and Orange Juice 0013. Much appreciated. Didn't know these were coming. They might have sent me like a DM or something like that, but regardless, pretty cool to see this bad boy. That can't be new. Must be older at this point, but for anyone that wants to read it. His eyes look too far apart. The Whimsicott? We can make them closer we can make them closer together, maybe. No,
Squish him.
his eyes are fine. I'm waiting until like they're gonna release all of them, and then watch. They're gonna have like shining cuties or something like that.
Yeah, that'll be the next thing.
So they'll have a shiny version of them.
The shiny plushes are so expensive as well. I know they do the legendary Raikou, Suicune, Entei, and shiny, and they're so expensive.
All right, we got the mega box.
Oh,
All right, so I don't know if I'll slap it on my lap here.
just don't stab too much.
Tiffany's sons became a member.
Stab
you.
lightly.
Thank you, Tiffany. Stab lightly? Is it like right up against the top?
Yeah, I think I put some padded envelopes on top as well, but I can't remember.
Okay. It feels like it's bulging at the top, so I'll try to pull away from itself as I'm opening it. I could have opened this in advance too, but we got the business cards.
Oh yeah, doubled up there. Look.
Oh, you were fine. There's all kinds of padded stuff
Oh
here.
yeah. Like I couldn't remember if I put padded on top. I think they're just empties.
All right.
You can use them for a sale.
For future things.
Yep.
Oh, we get double. But these are the cool boys.
Yeah,
Should we save those ones for the end?
Yeah, I'd think so. And then you've got many sleeves
Many
to go
sheets.
through. So I can't remember if I put them in from black and white downwards to X and Y, or if it was the reverse. So you'll have to see on the top.
It looks like they're reverse order. But maybe reverse set order, but alright, let's do one sheet at a time here. So
Austin.
for anyone wondering, we got a whole whack of reverses that I probably need most of, but I'm gonna have to go through and check which ones I do or don't.
I hope you realize how many reverses are actually in this lot you just took off me.
There's a lot. It's a very heavy box, and it's mostly binder pages. The kids down the road are always asking me for binder pages, so they'll be excited.
What set are we on here? Is this
Ancient Origins,
Origins? Yeah.
I think. The swirly whirly set symbol. I'm gonna miss set symbols. I don't know why they got rid of them in English. They like fired the guy maybe that does them.
You've been in the job.
I'm gonna end up with these all in reverse order.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll show them and then I'll flip them over.
Well, you could do them in sets and then flip them once you've done, so you keep them the right way.
Yeah. Do a lot of things. So some of the XY sets I probably have a good chunk of these, but the black and white I'm probably missing most. I think Silver Snorlax from E4 at one point in time sent me a bunch of like black and white reverses, but not everything.
Yeah.
Far from everything.
Breakthrough.
The reverses might be the hardest part of some of those sets.
Especially in good condition. 'Cause I remember these were like straight from pack into a binder, never touched. I can't even remember when half these sets come out. It was black and white from like 2011, and then up until Evolution, it was like 2016.
Something. This is 2015. We're in Breakthrough.
That's crazy. That's nearly 10 years old. That already.
Yeah, pretty wild. Breakthrough, breakthrough. Remember when people were like not liking the breaks, and then now they kind of like them.
Yeah, I was at a show at the weekend and someone bought about 5 or 6 breaks. I was like, what? No one ever buys breaks cards.
Were they trying to collect them all or something, brother?
Yeah, I think so.
You love this too. They were just like straight up sticking them in the pages.
Yeah.
But at least the pages are clean.
Yeah, there's literally an untouched collection. One of the rarities.
West G says, sorry for being late. You know what? You're okay. Better late than never. I might need to zoom out a little bit. See more Cynthia. See how that goes. A little bit better.
Yeah.
Does that Zora have like a storyline with the Zora arc or something? Doesn't look like it.
No, I'm not
Looks like
sure.
one of those cards where they'll like grow up with the Pokemon or something.
Like the RC Charmander, Charmeleon from the Generations Charizard. And then the Emboar as well from Legendary.
Or the newest Gardevoir line.
Yeah.
No, just a regular Zoroark, unless there's a second Zoroark there that's missing. It's number 92. It's weird that it has a bow on its head too. West G is blaming the dabs. Market Zero Maddie on Twitch says, "Hey Rattle, 24 hours until Moonbryon." Yeah, we're gonna pull it tomorrow. We're gonna prove everyone wrong. Do you guys want to see Evolving Skies or Fusion Strike tomorrow?
Both. Open one Evolving Sky. Right.
J-Rob says, the Brilliant Stars packs came in. Thanks a million. Thank you for taking some Brilliant off my hands. Hopefully your pulls are juicy. We're in here, Breakpoint now. Breakpoint's always easy because the set symbol is like a little ball with a point in it.
Yeah. These sets, when they released, were a little unpopular.
Yeah, they weren't super popular. Can confirm.
That Suicune's a nice artwork though.
No. It was a regular rare in the set, and there was like a hollow version of it in another product or something, wasn't there?
No, I think the hollow is from the set.
Or was there a cracked ice or something?
There might have been, yeah. I'm glad people in the chat have faith you'll pull the Moonbryon. I don't know if you still have faith yourself you're gonna pull the Moonbryon? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. Any day now. Maddie says, what older set do you have the most work to do to complete? I mean, work or money? Least complete? I don't know. Still need... That's a good question. I mean, I'm missing some really expensive older cards that I'm not looking forward to. Like both the Crystal Zards, both the Shining Charizards.
Ouch.
I don't know how I didn't purchase those back when they were a couple $100 or a few $100.
Yeah, I had in 2015, I had a friend who single bid a Crystal Charizard near mint for £50 and won it. Yep.
At least I got T17 and the Lugia out of the way. We're in the generations now. Mac the Hypnotist says, what if Moonbrown isn't one of those Brilliant Stars packs? If it was, I would be very sad. That's kind of the reason that I don't know if I could ever like sell or give anyone a pack of Evolving Skies that I own, because if they're like, I'd be happy for them that they got one, but at the same time, I think I'd die a little bit inside if I had it in my possession and then it was gone. John says, do you think your Moonbreon got stole or what? No, I don't think the stolen cards impacted retail packs in any way. If you watch, I have a video where it shows like the entire like production line, etc. I find it very hard to believe that they took them right off the floor out of the like feeder things. It's just extremely unlikely. We'll say that. Ooh, the reverse energies. I don't know if any energies will ever beat the Call of Legends ones.
No, I don't think.
I mean, I don't know. They might come out with something crazy, but it's weird that they haven't. Maybe they're saving it for...
Do you know a funny thing with them? Because an artist would have designed the card, but there's no artist name on the card for the energies.
Oh, yeah. So is it... But is it just like stock Sugimori art or something that it's like the outline of?
Yeah, possibly, but then someone's...
You would think that they would have put... That's weird. Maybe they didn't think it was like necessary.
Yeah, at the time. They are really cool. Super cool.
This is Fates Collide, I think.
Is it the star?
Yeah, it's like a 6-pointed star with a white thing in the middle.
Yeah, that's Fates. I think that was one of the...
Here, he'd be naming off sets.
Yeah, I think that was the most open set we opened back in the day. I think we did about 6. We did a case, I think, when it come out. We had so many spares, but that was when you could actually complete a set within like 3 or 4 boxes, not
We got the Cutie Pie Whimsicott. Yeah. Not anymore. I mean, even at this point, like the reverses would be pretty tough.
Yeah.
There's what, 124 cards in the set, and the majority of them probably have reverses. Maybe 100 reverses in the set.
Yeah, something around.
The chase cards, though, you definitely bang those out pretty easily when there's only a few.
It was definitely achievable, though. Definitely. Way more achievable than it is today.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's favorite, Steam Siege. Need a cold beverage or something here, maybe. Is it not Alakazam face, the symbol? It might be. I never really thought of that.
No, neither did I.
The Mega Alakazam or something? Let's put these over to the side a little bit. Let's crack this bad boy. Xander TCG says, what did I miss? We're going through a bunch of, well, went through some like smaller mail, and now a giant box with a bunch of reverses so far that Sam traded me. Mostly X and Y stuff so far. Steam Siege.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird that these never resurfaced. They kind of just showed up. People were like, oh neat, it's 2 different types, and
yeah,
and then they were gone.
they're literally one set. They're like, this is a bad idea, let's stop this.
So it does double damage to like multiple. Is that the benefit there? Does it have multiple weaknesses?
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't think anyone ever played it. It's got weakness to fire, but it would hit for weakness to both grass. Anything that's weak to grass or fire. Seems kind of busted. Maybe that's why they stopped doing it. It's just like they're getting a little out of hand.
Mm.
We got the Flaffy. Thank you, Ultra. for posting the dosecards.ca link for all the Canadians out there, the Americans. You know where to go. psapikachu.com. Kind of wish that they would, like, hopefully with the reverses that we have now, they kind of switch them up for each set. Kind of feel like they won't, but
Yeah.
a Voltal. There we go. We get the shiny Azumarill. Weird. Everyone goes crazy for shinies, but not that one. Because it's Steam Siege.
Anything Steam Siege. Stay away.
Max says, "Wow, throw that Flaffy away." I think Ultra might kill me if I do that. And the final one from our boy Steam Siege.
Was that one bubble wrap?
We're still in the first bubble wrap.
Yeah. I think
We got evolutions. So these I probably could have done without, but it's alright. So I should have all of them. It's been such a pain to, I've ordered some blind cards, the ones that are like the non-hollow variants.
Right.
And sometimes they're hollow, sometimes they're not.
Oh, really?
People just listed them wrong. So it's like, it's a surprise, basically. But usually they're just like, yeah, we sent you the wrong one. Here's a refund, or we don't have the one that you actually want. Or they're like, do you want to keep that one? Is it okay? You're like, no, I don't need this one. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. It's not maybe TCG players' fault to a little bit. Like, it doesn't like really stand out. It just says like Theme Deck exclusive down in like little font underneath it. I still need the pre-release stamp ones that are so painfully expensive. Especially the Charizard. But those were popping up in like grocery store packs or something in the US, I think. Like the repack things. They were like on the front as like the promo with like mixed cards or a couple packs behind it. MJ Holdings kind of crap.
Yeah. Are they like this? The cubes, see-through cubes.
I think it was more just like a blister pack kind of thing.
Oh, right, okay.
I think I was at a drugstore or something in the US. Alright, we're through the first batch. Xander, I don't have a ton of time for trading, but if people are hanging out in like the happy hour chat and stuff like that, maybe we can find some stuff. Alright, bubble wrap number 2. How many bubble wraps are there? 3? 3 tiers?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
And then the mailers. The mailers should be the more exciting stuff.
Yeah, the
Alright, we're into XY base. XY base, I opened like very little, but that was when I got back into the hobby.
Yeah.
Right in around the time that this came out.
Yeah, I think we opened more XY base coming out of like tins at the time rather than booster boxes. It was in so many tins for like the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. The booster boxes were pretty much non-existent, like a ways into X and Y. I think it was already kind of getting a little expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I opened any booster boxes of XY base. I might have opened like the odd pack from like mixed products or whatever, but
yeah.
Sean says, opinion on hollow energies and reverse hollow energies. Are they swag or bulk garbo? I mean, I think it kind of depends on the release, right? But also at the same time, anything that can potentially get scratched easily probably has some prospect of like holding value in the future. Really depends. Like if you look at something crazy like the Call of Legends energies, those are like hollow energies. I don't even want to know how much those are at this point. But don't think I have them. There's also like weird like play Pokemon ones that are like the crosshatch, which I don't have either. So
You can get bricks of them. I think it's like 50 stacks in a sealed pack.
50 of the play ones.
Yeah, the play one.
I don't know if I need that many. I just kind of want one of each, but swag dogger for sure. Yeah, check these out. Yeah, I mean, people like them. I mean, it depends what they came out of, really, in terms of like value or whether they're going to like be worth anything. Because there's some hollow energies that you just get them in like sort of like a theme deck, and there's like 9 of them in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus something that's that you have to pull. Or Jedi Master Josh says, "Did you say play Pokemon?" Yeah, I'm talking about the play Pokemon stuff before people were stonk dogging the new packs. I hate those new packs so much, like with a passion. I'm gonna have to get all those cards, but I hate how incredibly overpriced they are at the moment. Hopefully, there's enough of them printed that they're not as bad as they seem. Although I don't know, like, are they done distributing the first series or whatever? Am I doomed to? I'm gonna end up paying more for play Pokemon promos than the chase cards in the set.
Are you actually going to try and complete that? With the
Yeah, I have
you
to.
are. You haven't. You don't have to do anything.
It's part of the set. Part of the master set.
Oh no. Yeah, some of them are ridiculous. I don't see why people pay for them. It makes no sense.
They're I don't know. The whole thing is weird, like
Yeah.
because they're late as well, like people are like, oh, they're designed for players, like you shouldn't stonk dog them, but also at the same time it's like all the cards that are there are just like they're just fancy versions of dirt cheap cards at this point in time. Like you can just go buy a regular Umbreon VMAX or something for a fraction of the cost. Not like they're easy. Any of it isn't necessarily easy to pull because no one has that many packs of them. We're in Flashfire. Also didn't open very much Flashfire. I wish I had some boxes of Flashfire. I think at the time where I started buying boxes, or even like an extra box, Flashfire was already, I want to say it was somewhere between $300 and $500, and so like at that point I thought it was a bad idea to buy it. Or I was like, hey, I could just buy something else.
Yeah,
But
I remember when Flashfire come out, we pre-ordered 4 boxes, and they were about $100 a box. But in that 4 boxes, we were 2 cards off completing the set, and ended up trading. So that was the first, well, not the first, but the first like massive Charizards.
yeah, with 5 Charizards, it's like brilliant stars of.
And the pricey intent, especially the 4.
They're pretty hard to grade, aren't they?
Yeah, they come out with.
Man,
I was actually looking for I was looking for our binder the other day, and even if everything's like from pack into a binder, wouldn't get a 10 still. Edgeware and off center.
Yeah, some of the cuts on certain sets, like Burning Shadows, is pretty notorious for that. It's like a weird thing where they cut, like instead of where it seems like they usually cut from like back to front, it's like they were cutting front to back. And then there's like a little bit the paper sticking out the back way, so like if it gets rubbed on anything, instead of like getting the nice rounded kind of back corners. Hidden Fates was like the complete opposite of that. Like all the corners were perfect because they were like pushed down in a weird way.
Yeah, you can definitely tell from certain sets. Like it's just certain sets for some reason something goes wrong, and then it just goes through the whole set. Then you see them all off center or weird corner.
We're into the Furious Vestige. Max says, is that the coffee brew Guinness? Yes, the last one I had from like, I got a 4-pack or something. I thought it would help pull the Moonberry on, but it didn't. So we're gonna drink it tonight. It's not bad, but it doesn't really taste like beer. It just tastes like coffee.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
It's like an iced coffee. Yeah. Or like cold brew, I guess. I'm still not sure. It doesn't say that there's caffeine in it, but little plusso. Missing the minin? Hopefully I have it. I think that's one of the matching artworks. Kyle says, what beverage assists with tomorrow's poll? That is a good question. Maybe queso or something? Drink some cheese? Moon cheese? Jumbo Fit says, fruit roll-ups help for tomorrow's poll. I hope so. Look at the little Tyrant. I'm kind of interested. I feel like Tyrant's going to be one of those like forgotten Pokemon. That evolution line.
A lot of the XY Pokemon, I think, have been a little bit forgotten, never to be seen again.
You see the same ones like over and over again. It's weird that they don't mix in more of the sort of forgotten ones. Nick says Capri Sun. I don't have any Capri Suns, but I should have ordered some. Ordered a bunch of different beverages. Coca-Cola coffee is surprisingly decent. Yeah, I can't imagine it'd be bad. It's probably not too far off from this. Sean Thomas says moonshine. I have to survive the opening, guys. And if I go blind drinking moonshine, then I won't be able to see my Moonberry. I'll just have to judge by the texture. Alright, what do we have there? Furious Fists. Phantom Forces.
Really cool set.
What page?
The Jelly Bean set.
Jelly Bean Gengars. Like this little Litleo here. Being cheeky. Take a shot every 20 packs. It's not pulled. I guess it'll only be like 10 shots. Doable. Sean says absinthe soaked in a Caterpie plushie for that authentic taste. I was gonna like break down the materials though. We got the Jelly Bean Helioptile. Hot dog water bits. Jelly bean pumpkaboo. What are the jelly beans supposed to be? Is that like is it like an evolution thing?
I have no idea.
Is it like a phantom thing?
I think someone just called it Jelly Bean and it just stuck. No idea.
Are they like blood cells? Are we on the Magic School Bus or something here? The red blood cells. I get like with the crystals, and you have like crystal guardians and stuff like that, but Funkified says, I figured out how to use my Amazon Prime Twitch sub today, so you got it this month. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Free to do so. It might be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it is definitely appreciated.
It's the same with Plasma Freeze.
Yeah,
every single Pokemon has like ice, or like in an icy kind of background. Kind of.
Swirlix with the jelly beans. Oh, the Diancie here has like, they're like broken jelly beans. If you put them in dry ice or... a Firo, a Blissey, a Dragon with the beans. There's gotta be. I gotta look that up later.
Yeah.
There's gotta be some reason for it. Oh, we get new. The emotes are updated for anyone wondering. Should be both updated on YouTube and Twitch. Unfortunately, we don't have enough emote slots for all of the J-boys and girls, but yeah, we got. Maybe is it Dimension Valley that's got jelly beans?
It might be actually, yeah.
It's gotta be. Is it? Oh, it's gotta be something to do with like a Mega Evolution Dimension Valley, something or other. We're gonna have to look into some lore after the stream. All right, next. This is Primal Clash, I think.
Yeah.
We got the Beedrill line, we got the Tangela line, Trico line, the Sceptile. These like 2/3 art cards, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, the ancient trait, they were called.
Ancient trait.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Ultra.
Ultra posting all the links. Top tier set. It says Pokedama. Yeah, I don't know. I like these. They're cool. Little Torchic getting some love.
Yeah, I remember when this set come out. It was 140, something like that. It was such a big set.
160. Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
pretty big.
Yeah, it was massive for like a modern set at the time.
Yeah, there isn't like 80 cards after the set number, but still pretty big for XY. It's just trying out the emotes. The Wall of Rain. Chinchou. We opened quite a bit of this set. I guess the chase was pretty hard in this set too. I think I was still missing a few cards.
Yeah, they're relatively expensive to buy as well now. Try and pick them up in good condition.
An angry Rhyperior. The Groudon. The real question is, when are we going to get a Mantike? There's only one. It's ridiculous. For anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, take a look at the price on just like it's an uncommon Mantike. From which Diamond and Pro set was it? Base? Base, I think, but it might be a different set. But Mantike is an uncommon, but it's expensive because it's the only Mantike that's ever been printed. Still waiting for the second Mantike to show up. So anyone that's collecting like the Pokedex basically requires that Mantike.
Right.
And the reverse it's a little pricey as well. I think it might be the only Pokemon to have one card. And I think there's a couple other in like Japanese, like maybe it was like a promo or it was in some other like weird something or other, but in English there's only one. The uncommon and the reverse uncommon. Into the Roaring Skies territory. Did open some of that. Dope Pokesnipes, how's it going? Welcome in. We're checking out. We got a mass amount of reverses that Sam traded. Going through them. I'm gonna have to actually go through and see which ones I need. Might be some upgrades, some stuff like that. So I had somebody asking me or saying like, hey, if you run out of like binder content, but you guys rest assured, there's way too much binders. There's so many cards that need to be sleeved. I still have a ton of stuff to like check off and put into binders. I still have binders that need to be transferred over into better binders. Bonsley only has one as well. That might be true. The baby Pokemon. And then they brought baby Pokemon back, but then they forgot about the Bonsley and the Mantike, it seems. I didn't know about the Bonsley though. Interesting. The forgotten. Poor little Bonsley and his little hole in his butt. Lunatic, how you doing? And Pheasant. The bird page. All right. The trainers. I think it was a trainer's mail that I had that was like texture shifted. Pretty sure it was Quachancy that bought it.
Oh,
One of those error collectors. It says Rattle knows how to drag out a video series. This is more than just dragging out. Like there's just a lot. I guess like not totally necessary to go through all of these. But also, I just want to. I'm excited to see them. Reverses are a little bit of a pain for anyone that's putting together sets. And condition-wise, as you guys saw from some of the Troll and Toad openings, when they are available, sometimes it's a little bit of a pain to find them in good shape, especially stuff like this. When you got black and white base, and it has a mirror-like finish on it. Those babies are coming scratched more often than not. So, if there's like a print line, or if there's like the little like weird razor lines or whatever, those definitely happen with black and white. I have some that are like pack fresh that have that. That's not a big deal, but I don't know. For me, for whatever reason, I don't really care about centering all that much. I don't care if there's like a little bit of whitening in the corner from it being cut weird. If it looks like it came from a pack, it's probably good. Other than like if it looks like it's run over by a shopping cart but came out of the pack that way. So these will display nicely in the binder.
Yeah, these I was really surprised at. Like super clean. Super clean.
Little pants here at the top. Black and white. I guess Diamond and Pearl is kind of the same thing. Same battle. And then early EX era. The old Nintendo sets in the beginning where it's... I do have a decent chunk of those. I got a decent chunk of Skyridge done, which is nice before they get too expensive. It kills me every time I think about Skyridge though, because I was supposed to buy a full set of reverses from somebody. And then, like, as I went to go pay them, they were like, "Oh no, I changed my mind. I'm gonna keep them." Like, no. and then, like, it was still like it was expensive at the time, but then, like, just since then, it's gone up pretty consistently. Max says 3 Bonsley total, only 1 English. It's good to know. Bonsley's probably expensive too, then. James says, who will finish every set, Rattle or Real Breaking Nate? Real Breaking Nate trying to finish every set? And is he just doing like the base part of the set? I'll have to see. Does he have a number of cards that he's on?
Is he collecting every serial number? Now that is the question.
Oh yeah, all the serial numbers and stuff like that. My Pokelector's up over 20,000 now. And I have like 8,500 missing. But also those like don't include like serial numbers and stuff like that. Some of the variants that are too obscure for Pokelector. But yeah, I'm gonna get there eventually, guys. Don't worry. Oh, we got code cards in here. Black and white. It's pretty cool. And a blank one? The 3 starters and a blank for some reason.
No idea.
I don't think I've opened any black and white, so it doesn't even say what set they're from. PokemonTCG.com/beta/trainer challenge. Interesting. Those will get you some old ladies. James says he set up a library with every set in his new studio setup. Man, is the challenge on?
Race to completion.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. I've never seen his actual like collection, so I don't know how close or far off he would be, or what he's actually, how extreme he's going. My main goal is just to complete the sets themselves. Sean says, Real Breaking Nate collects non-hollows as well as the base. Yeah. So, do you mean like non-hollows reverses? Like everything that you can get from packs, or everything, or anything beyond that? Or less than everything you can get from packs? So my main goal is everything that you can get from packs, essentially. And then side goal is like all your like play promos, your non-hollow variants, your like cracked ice stuff, your like staff cards, etc. I don't think it'll ever get into like the top 32, etc., that kind of stuff, but okay, he's going for one of every card from sets, not promos and all that. Okay, I got the my promos would be in like separate binders, but yeah. Also doing side quest is the variants, if you want to call them that. So like your non-hollow version of like hollow cards, cracked ice, all that fun stuff. Anything that basically has the set symbol on it belongs in that binder at the back of it, essentially. But less concerned with that, more concerned with the sets themselves. Man, 8,500 cards left, and that would probably include a good chunk of the variants and like main stuff from the set, but. And then EX Arrow with all the different serial numbers and stuff like Sam mentioned.
You've got a task ahead of yourself.
Yeah, there's some really expensive cards in there too. So there's that. There's definitely that.
I'm just thinking of how many gold stars do you have? Out of the 27?
I don't know the exact number, but I have the majority of them.
Yeah.
I have the Ray, the Charizard. I have the expensive ones. Although I don't have the Umbreon and Espeon though, so we don't. Pop Series could be an expensive one.
I know someone's selling a PSA 9 copy of both.
Okay. Crack some 9s.
Crack 9s for the binder.
Market Zero Maddie says, are you doing the Pop Series 2? Yes. So basically, I'm collecting one of everything English, essentially. In every variation. I mean, it's not gonna get to the extreme that I'm gonna have like Worlds promos with like all of that stuff, but unless somehow, someday, we have way too much money.
If you win the lottery.
If we win the lottery. Next Destinies.
Yep.
Zapdos. Raichu with the balloons, dancing. Maybe the guy on the bench is just like, what the hell is that Raichu doing with all those balloons? I'll Yusti, probably pronouncing that wrong, my apologies, says, do you think it's better to keep the expensive cards in a binder or keep them in a top loader somewhere safe? I put them all in the binder, regardless, whether it's, you know, first ed base Charizard, or if it's a common from the whatever modern set you want to call it. So as long the biggest thing is you got to keep them somewhere that's climate controlled, and they got to be somewhere that they're flat. Climate control. If you live somewhere extra juicy, then you need a dehumidifier and not the little like package ones. Like get a proper plug in the wall. It either fills a bucket or you can hook it up to a drain so that it just auto drains. Don't put them like in a basement up against a wall that's like soggy.
Yeah, I think it really depends as well if you're completing set. Because you don't want to separate the hits from the actual binder.
Yeah.
It looks a bit...
You don't remember, like, there's been cards and binders forever. I mean, you gotta be very careful with like the ring binders when you close them, that you don't have like the page up on top of the ring and then your middle cards get binder dents. But
Yeah.
if you get the side loading binders, you get climate control, you'll be alright. Jedi Master Josh says prime payoffs and LMP turnovers. Yeah, should have took that. I need to take that bribe from Jacob if I wanted to complete Pop Series at this point. It's pretty crazy because there's a lot of the old sets that I have the first editions, but I don't have the unlimited copies, and it's gonna end up that the unlimited copies are gonna cost me more than the first editions did. And that, like, I don't know if we want to call that like price memory, whatever it is, it's gonna feel really bad. But you know, I couldn't afford everything ever at once. Otherwise, I'd have it all already. There's a lot of cards.
Did I ever tell you that story where 2016 I got offered 2 first edition base cards for, I think it was $300 each, so about $600 total. And at the time, I said to the person, it was in my Insta DMs, do you know what, I'll hold out and buy a near mint copy. Near mints were like $800 to $1,000 at the time. Just didn't buy one. I came back to the hobby like 2020 or something around that. He graded both of them. One got a 3, one got a 5. Sold them both for like $10,000 in the hype. He's like,
Yeah.
you can't win them all, but...
BC3 says you could afford more if you pulled the Moonbreon already. That's true. That's also true. The Moonbreon, it's gotta happen though. We promised ourselves, promised everyone that I would pull a Moonbreon. I believe it's gonna happen. Hopefully this week. And if so, I'll have some Evolving Skies packs for sale. Because once I pull that, we are done. I might finish the amount of packs just for the opening. I'll see if I can't pull a second one. But when we pull that bad boy, no more Moonbreon hunting. Cobalion. BC3 says he believes in me. It's appreciated. Market Zero Maddie on Twitch says, are you going out like an Egyptian pharaoh and being buried with all those binders? I don't know. It might be expensive to bury me with all the binders. No, we can't take it with you. So we got to enjoy it while we're here. It'll be a thing. Once I get down to like completing it all, and then just as the new sets come out, we got to do a stream for each new set, open it all in one sitting, and then be right back to square one, other than the promos that are constantly being released.
Ooh, Dark Explorers is a really nice set as well. Going through now.
Ooh, little plusso, minin, minin. We got the. I wish they would have always done this for every single plusso and minin card. There's a lot of them. Aerodactyl. Speaking of, I still need that all ferret. Alright, how are we doing here?
We must be getting close to the end.
Alright, I'm gonna take these out of the box. We're close to the end. Close to the end, and then we'll take a look at the bubble mailers, padded mailers, paper mailers. We got a Blissey. It's always weird when they add evolutions, either pre-evolutions or additional evolutions to a Pokemon that just never had one. Rare Candy. And the Ultra Ball, the always returning Ultra Ball. And there was a while there that Ultra Ball just wasn't reprinted. Didn't know if it was coming back. I mean, we kind of knew it was coming back. It's been printed so many times that... I don't think I have that. That's another card that's hard to get in good shape. The Plasma Freeze Ultra Ball. Secret rare one.
Yeah, I'm looking for that one myself at the minute.
I think I had 4 copies of that on PTCGO back in the day. I think I sold them for like $100 a piece or something, $150 a piece. Ultimate Bling. Poor person that ended up like... This was long before they announced that they were getting rid of the game. And the only way to get it was through the codes, essentially. I think after that, at one point too, they made it so that you could buy any pack with your coins. So you could essentially you could start buying the Plasma Freeze packs. So that kind of would have hurt the value a little bit. It's kind of a shame because they could have kept with that and let people like carry stuff forward. I get that, like I had like a jillion cards on my account that just weren't doing anything and never would ever again, but
yeah, that was the same. I remember using them points to buy like Color Legends to try and get the energies.
Oh yeah, I had like full sets of those too, like 9 or 10 of each. I sold all of it at one point. I was just like, why do we have all these digital cards? But at the time I was kind of trading for them, so if I had extra packs left over, I would trade the packs for like those energies or something like that before the next set came out. Because essentially whatever the newest set was kind of like the currency, the trade currency.
Sean asked a question about margins between rainbow rares in the UK and the US. Whether it's worth importing from, I suppose, the US to the UK to resell. To be honest, I'm a UK seller and I do buy stuff from the States because it makes sense. UK customs, it depends if you can get a reliable middleman or someone that you know who lives in the States. You can kind of divert that or buy collections off Instagram. If you have any US collectors that sell binders and stuff like that, you can get good deals. That's what I usually try to do.
I think mostly too, it's good to have like a friend in the US, just
Yeah.
because you might not want to ship one item at a time. If you want to send several things to save on shipping or whatever.
Yeah, it's more the customs does hurt. It takes the margin that you've got the card from the US out of it. So if you have someone who can, send as a gift, it does help a lot. I have a friend called Austin, I don't know if you're still here, Austin, who middleman an art academy for me, so thanks, Austin.
The last page. We get the Skyla. I don't know if I need that full art Skyla. I probably do. I don't want to know how much that is either.
Yeah, it's pricey.
They always are.
Yeah.
Alright. Strategy. Yeah.
At least you'll be busy for a couple of days.
No, I'm gonna be busy forever.
That much pile of reverses there are.
I still have that Quack Fan box that I need to check off and put in. And then I still have, I don't know how many binders to swap over. A lot of binders. Alright, let's open the envelopes. We'll go through these. And then I'm gonna slam some cards into some Silver Tempest into a binder. Bam, bam, bam. We're gonna do some surgery.
Yeah, so Sean, customs don't value the cards. It's just when you send from the States to the UK, you have to put the declared value on it. Usually, if you put it as a gift and put it as like a $10 declared value, they wouldn't check because they haven't got the time to like go through and price check everything. But it does work. It's with everything. Even when I sell from the UK to different places like the US or Malaysia or China, you can't, unless people are going to pay massive import taxes, which they don't want to do, you usually have to send as a gift.
There's certain like shipping companies that are like better or worse for that as well. Like DHL, at least into Canada, is always brutal, even if it's the same declared value as something else, whether it's like USPS or something like that. They're like, but that's like, there's like a baked-in fee for DHL or UPS that they can kind of get you on.
Yeah, it's a weird one to work around, but then, if you have reliable people you can trust in different places, and you're a reliable seller and buyer, people seem to help you out. It's the good thing with the community at times. People always want to help each other out if they can.
With the non-hollows, so these should be all the ones that I need, which is pretty awesome. We get that up to 21,000 probably here in no time.
Yep.
Stunfisk. The Hooligans. Eviolite. Still waiting for my Mousehole, the EX card to come out. It better be good. Or a Mawile. One or the other. Alright. Don't want to destroy the... There we go. We're unlocked. What do we got? Some more non-hollows. Got a, the green screen is getting a little funky on me. There we go. Pele says, Rattle, you make me cream. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is the greatest of compliments. What is this? We get all kinds of sexy talk in Twitch right now. Robbing Wang says, if I take you to a magic show, I might disappear inside of you, to be honest with you. That is also a compliment. We appreciate that. We got the meme squad. Mac is saying that Pumpkaboo is the next big play. Grade them all.
Where to invest.
Ultra's always jamming to the Roshna Scarlett and Violet remixes. We got the Sylveon. So Diggersby is looking for those crystals we were talking about. Watch grow on the roof. See, there's another roof Pokemon.
Yeah.
Those collectors out there. The Dragonite, for anyone that's not familiar, there's an error version of the Dragonite that says stage 1, I think, on it. From some of the theme decks, not all of the theme decks, we got a Nidoking. Non-holo. Man, Evolutions has a lot of variants in it. I've had the complete set for a while, but definitely missing some of the variant cards. Alright. Next envelope. The most exciting envelope for last.
The fun envelope. Yeah, Sean. To be honest, when I send, I usually just put trading card as a description. I've never had an issue. If you question about people like stealing from you, if that's what you're worried about, it is very, very rarely it happens, especially if you declare it such a low value.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's your risk, but it's also the buyer's risk, and it works both ways.
I had that's like my troll order that got stolen. Like if it didn't have Troll and Toad tape on it, would they have opened the package? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
You just be as generic as you can be without light to a degree.
That or you can put playing cards too.
Yeah.
Trading cards or playing cards. If you put Pokemon cards, like maybe not the best idea. We got some Magma Reverse. Team Magma Grunt. And the Special Energy. Must be like... It's probably one of those sets that I should just complete. It must be close at this point.
Yeah,
I have the two like full art ones.
Yeah, the two harder.
Camraps. I love the art in this set because I always had like the trainers with the Pokemon. Some crazy Grimers sneaking up on you. Melting down the stairs. Alright, let's go with this one. We got the Reshiram. But yeah, black and white where I never opened it. I was just kind of missing a lot of these. I picked up some of like the regular cards from the set.
Yeah.
Terrakion. We got the Giratina. Oh, and these lovely Ace Spec trainers. Is it like, I think it's the Master Ball that's like is really expensive. There was one out there that was like playable, super playable. That computer search. Yeah. Computer search. Gyarados. We got a full art Malamar. Xerneas EX, the Lysander. Too bad that'll never be played ever again. Even though it's a boss's orders, reads like a boss's orders. You can't use it because it's not a boss's orders. I always thought that was kind of a shame with the Juniper and the The Lysander. Yveltal. It's a good one. Rubik's Mike says the manager says hello. She's on the treadmill. Oh no.
Hi, Billy.
How's it going, Billy? Reggie Gigas. Reggie Gigas got the Toploader.
Big boy.
The Tornado. There's the computer search. Yeah, so what you can only put one of these in your deck, right?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, this is like absolutely busted. So it's discard 2 cards from your hand. If you can't discard 2 cards, you can't play this card. Search your deck for a card and put it in your hand. So it's like an Ultra Ball, but instead of just pulling a Pokemon, you can pull anything. It's insane. Mega Mewtwo. Love the Mewtwo's. I think I have most of the Mewtwo's now too. Mega Aggron and a Terrakion. Alright, last envelope. Tully says, Mega Kangaskhan making the baby fight has always made me uncomfortable. Hey. I mean, you're making the Kangaskhan fight, so is it your fault? Probably. Couple Skarmories. We got the Emolga. Blastoise. And the XY base here. Okay, there's the Alakazam. So I guess it's probably an Alakazam head. So that's the white dot is the jewel. It is an Alakazam head. Today I learned Mega Alakazam is the set symbol. Charizard. Venusaur. One of 17,000 shining Gyarados. Mega form. Chinerific, thank you very much for the prime. Is it Chinerific? Chinerific. QREM EX, we got a Mega Sceptile, we got a Mega Aggron. Much appreciated to everyone that slaps me with their free Prime subscription if you have Amazon Prime. We got the Full Art Manectric. Hawlucha and a Heracross. Awesome. Alright, it's binder time, guys. Thank you very much, Sam, for the trade.
Not a problem. Anytime.
Much appreciated. Now we just need to find time to put them, check them off, put them in the binders. We're gonna have to do like a 24-hour stream of just trying to catch up on that stuff.
Yeah. On that note, I'm gonna head off.
You're gonna take off?
Yeah,
right.
20 past 12. I need sleep.
Get some sleep. All right, for everyone else, it's binder time.
See you later,
Sam.
chat.
See ya.
See you later. Bye-bye.
All right, let's we'll open up some space here. All right. It is brand new. We got a freshie. We got the Dex binder. There's a link down below. Some people ask me, are these the best binders in existence? And no, not necessarily, but they're pretty good. We got the Dex. This is a Dex 12. They also make them in like a 9 pocket and zippered and all that stuff too. If that's more your thing, it's all a matter of preference. So if you're not sure what to get, I think the Ultra Pro ones are also really awesome. But see if we can't get a full binderage. These have the elastics on them, but I don't use the elastics. I don't know. Like, some people are worried that it'll scratch, or not scratch, but it'll like bend the cards. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. All right. See if we can't reposition. My apologies for everyone that is seasick now. Got a weird like flashy thing going on. Weird flashy thing? Alright, I think we're good now. Reggie Gigi Scott is stonking that Reggie card? Which one? This baby? Does he have a bunch of them or something? Isn't he? I thought he was an error collector more than anything. All right, we need our Silver Tempest. It's been way too long that my Silver Tempest has been outside of a binder. He does have a bunch of them. They'll probably be like pretty hard to find. In terms of like, there's not going to be like a million copies or whatever. Oh, his Instagram story was crazy? Did he have like 100 of them or something? Now he's let it out of the bag that he's looking for though. He can't have this one. You need it for the set. Much that'll be the last card that Real Breaking Nate needs for his set. Miles Down says, do you feel the elastic strap can damage a full binder? I mean, probably not. But I don't know. I never do up the strap. I'm not a strapist. All right. How we doing for time? Decent. We're doing decent. We got these all pre-sleeved. For some reason, we got more glare than usual. I don't like that. Do we need to put something under the binder? Need to put something under the binder to prop it up just a little bit. Let's prop it up with some Pokemon cards. How about that? There we go. Slightly better. Cheeseburger says, when is your next investigation video? I love them. That is hard to say. Usually the premieres are investigation related. So you definitely don't want to miss the Friday videos. Last Friday was not an investigation. But it just depends when stuff comes up. There are lots of investigations going on. But whether or not those are ready for a video is a different story. You can see my face in the binder. Ooh, you can. Nice. I can turn my cam off then. My face cam. So you guys can just watch the reflection of myself. Billy says, oh, Sam went to bed. Yes, it's late there, Billy. It's binder time. I didn't put anyone to sleep, although I have been known to get comments about how my videos and voice is relaxing and puts people to sleep. I don't believe them, but I have heard it. Too monotone? We got tunes in the background? There's no way anyone could fall asleep. Alright, we gotta be careful here because I think I'm missing one reverse. We don't want to skip it. I can't remember what it was. Jerry says, how much does the binder cost? So it depends what units of dollars and where you buy it from. So if it's on Amazon, you can also buy it from, there's like a Dex Protection website. Sometimes they probably go on sale. It probably depends on the seller. But yeah, sometimes you can't find them. So be a little bit careful if you're anything like me. I want all my binders to be the same color. And there was a while where I couldn't get any in white. They just weren't available. So it was a little bit of a pain. So I had to wait. And then I put cards in like the 3-ring binders temporarily. And now I got to switch them all over. Sean says, double the rattle, unfortunately not double the beer. Man, I really hope we pull that Moonberry on tomorrow, speaking of beverages. Ragdoll says, not to fall asleep, but listen to is calming. Yeah, that's kind of I guess that's kind of the point of these Monday streams. We're chilling, read some comments, put some cards away. You guys, as you can see, I have so many cards to put away, so many cards to check off now. With those coming in, it's gonna be it's a battle for sure. All right, you guys make sure you catch me if I'm putting something in the wrong spot. I will request that. You've done it before, and it's much appreciated. That's the thing too. If you're collecting many sets, you might be able to get a better deal if you buy like a case of binders versus if you're just buying them one at a time. So depending on how it works, if you have the funds available, you can always ask a seller if they can cut you a deal, whether it's a seller or whether it's a game store. If they can give you a good deal if you buy a bunch of them, like 10 of them at a time or something. But that doesn't. If you don't need 10 binders, obviously that's not a great option. Drew, cheers. All right, we have all of them so far. I think it was something in the psychics. I did sleeve a lot of these today, so I should remember, but I don't. I also need to find out which one I'm missing so that I can pick it up. That, or if Fitz ends up pulling it in happy hour or something. The Animal says, what's the average price you pay for Evo Skies packs? It's hard to say because when they're in like the multi-pack products, if there's other packs that I don't need, some of those like I'll sell them off, or some of them I'll keep like for a while. But I would say in around like $5 if we want to be $5 Canadian maybe for Evolving Skies pack. We're definitely not opening the 400 USD booster boxes or anything. That would be crazy. Dead Guy 24/7 says, thank you for the video about the stolen cards. Very informative and well explained. Though I wish I could blame that guy for my terrible luck. Yeah. So I think people are they're wrong. They're not wrong. Well, people are wrong, but they're mad for the wrong reason, or like concerned for the wrong reason. And that's just, I mean, it was like a game of telephone where like every time someone heard it, they're just like, it got more and more to be about like how people, like the hits weren't in the packs anymore, to the point that like everyone just wanted to, well, people also just want to blame bad luck on the factory or on this person that stole the stuff. So what we should be concerned about is the fact that if that number of hits ended up on the market, it could absolutely crush the price of those cards forever, essentially. The same way that we saw with the Gold Star dogs. So, and again, like I tried to explain in the video, maybe I wasn't clear enough on it, or maybe people just don't want to hear it, but the odds of them, like the packs not having hits because those were stolen, is like slim to none. Like the sheer amount of cards that they had in the boxes, there's no way that they got to the point that they were anywhere near, well, no way. There's very little chance that there's any way they got even close to those like feeders that seed them into the packs. So if they stole them, whether they were like intended to go in those feeders eventually, even if they did steal them, the person that's loading the feeders is then going to be like, hey, I need hits, so they just grab some more hits. It's not like they stole every single hit ever in existence, so they would have just grabbed another box of it. The cards are printed, they're put into like boxes or whatever, and then they'll gradually put them in there so that they can wrap them. So, but yeah, the biggest thing is we should still be upset with the fact that anything gets stolen like that. Because if you spend money, if you're buying singles, if you're opening packs and you get those cards, they're hurting you. The person that's stealing those cards is hurting the collector that is holding on to those cards, because if they tank the value of them, if you open packs and pulled those cards, now they're worth less. They're stealing the value from you, essentially. Lyndon says, if the hits should have been in the packs, wouldn't those packs have just been empty? Yeah, so essentially, or like, I guess they're saying the theory is the only way that like it would ever function in the way that they like the hits were supposed to be in the packs is if the person that was physically putting them into the sorting machine put something that wasn't the hits, and then like they were pocketing giant sleeves or giant boxes of cards, which is it's not very feasible. It's not really an option. I mean, not saying that it's like impossible that they weren't all in on it somehow, but the odds are it's kind of like the most likely thing that happened was just the fact that they were either spare cards or they were stolen before that process takes place, in which case they would have just put other hits in those specific feeders. So just the way that it's lined up, and the way like there's so many steps prior to where the cards could have been stolen, including like quality assurance, that the odds of it actually happening and affecting the actual stuff that was seeded into the packs is slim to none. If that makes any sense. Hopefully it makes sense. Fresh Tat says, I'm okay with collecting worthless cards. Well, no, you shouldn't be. I mean, if you were just buying the singles afterwards, I guess it doesn't really impact you as much. It's still not right, and it still sucks for anyone that, like, if you're paying $5 for a pack, you want the chase cards that you do pull to end up being worth money. It's just kind of like it's a nice to, whether you are holding on to them, whether you're trading them eventually, etc. Like, so that, and it would destroy the value of any sealed product as well, essentially, because the expected value to some extent also determines how expensive the sealed product is. So important stuff. All right, I need to pay attention here. Make sure that we got all our reverses, because I am missing one. Keep in mind. Dizzy Hippie says, crazy how they managed to steal them after being caught. If there were errors, then how did no one notice they were missing? No, not necessarily that they were errors. I'm not saying that they were bound for like the recycling facility or anything like that, because they were in the boxes that look very similar to, like, if you watch that video that I have showing like modern process of how the cards are printed, made, and distributed, etc. There's boxes that look exactly like that. So the cards are printed, then they're cut, then the corners are chopped off, and then they're just put in boxes. And those boxes will designate what sheets they came from, and then those sheets, whatever the box is, so it would be a box of hits, that would be fed into one of the feeders that go down the line, and then that automated system will put like your big hits in, like 1 per 3 boxes or whatever for an alt art, etc. So Anthony V says, I wish there was more transparency from Pokemon. Yeah, they don't make comments on any stuff like that. So like the people that are like outraged that they're not making a comment on this, like they shouldn't be surprised. Either they're pretending to be surprised or they just don't know how it works, because the Pokemon company is going to handle it internally. I really just hope that they caught the person that was doing it, and that all of the cards that they confiscated were destroyed, that none of them actually hit the market. And that the person, I mean, they should make some kind of public statement. They should take up legal action like Nintendo does with the person stealing it, just to set an example so that it doesn't happen again. Because, yeah, it has everybody, collectors, all very upset with the Pokemon company. Even if they're already, it could be at this point in time that the person's caught and that very few of those cards actually hit the market. Jinx. Alright, we got a Drowsy. I think it might have been in here somewhere. Ralts. Michael Klein says the pictures with the Rayquaza and Moonbreon on the table is photoshopped, right? People online are freaking out over the Evolving Skies cards. I think they were photoshopped. You should do a video on that if it is. If I get enough info, I guess if I get enough info on the other photo, I can definitely make a video about it. I don't know enough about that one or how related it is, or how photoshopped or whatever, whether it was faked, whether it's real, whether it's from the same source that was stealing. But if I get more information, I'll definitely update you guys in a video. I just don't want to like make stuff up, because that's seemingly the trend at this point in time, is people just kind of like see some photos and they make up some crap about how everyone got ripped off. Or I guess now I'm a Pokemon company. I guess I was accused of being a Pokemon company shill because I'm not blaming them for my pull rates. But even like the Moonbreon stuff, and like as you guys saw, if you watched any of the Moonbreon openings, it's not even that we're not hitting alt arts, because we are. I haven't pulled like a Leafeon VMAX at all. The one that I have in my binder, I traded for. So it's not that. It's just there's so many alt arts in the set. You only get the alt arts, 1 in 3 booster boxes worth of packs. So getting any specific one is definitely difficult to do. Michael Klein, I've seen the photo. I haven't had time to like analyze it or find out where it actually came from. If anyone has more information on the photo, on where it came from and who posted it originally, then definitely send me that information. But other than that, Anthony says, I'm kind of more upset those hits weren't sleeved up. I'm not one for like the destruction of cards, but anything that was illegally obtained like that, I think it should definitely be destroyed. In fairness to everyone that opened packs or bought singles prior to that theft happening. So I guess it doesn't matter if they're in sleeves or not. They need to be tossed. River says, what happened? If you check out my channel, the previous like long form video that I put out, there's a photo that was circulating with a ton of hits from Fusion Strike, like a bunch of the Gengar alt arts, the Espeon alt arts, etc. on a table. But yeah, the Fusion Strike thing. So there was a lot of ridiculous, I guess, rumors that like they were taken out of packs or something like that. That's why people couldn't pull the alt arts. But in reality, it probably didn't affect that, and those cards have already been seized. That was back in 2021. So people also thought it was recent because the image only surfaced recently. But Sean Thomas says there are still videos being made on this. Most of the YouTubers making the videos haven't done as much research as you did. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't even that much research. I found out who made the post, and then I found out who made the post that they made the post from, and then through them I just contacted the game store that took the photo, and they kind of had a full explanation. The Pokemon company already set up, I guess they worked out a deal with the individual that was trying to sell it to the game store, which was pretty stupid, but usually that'll happen anyway when you're dealing with criminals. But yeah, we did enough research to figure out what was going on. I still want to know, and I'm still looking into the remainder of whatever the original crook. So the person that was selling to the game store, they had all their cards seized, but apparently they weren't the person that actually stole them from the factory. So we got to find out who stole them from the factory, which at this point in time, the Pokemon company or the PIs might actually already know this, but I am not aware at this time. So it'd be nice to know. I think for everyone's sake, nice to know if the rest of the cards were seized, I hope they were. But yeah, that's about it. All right. I haven't been paying enough attention, and I'm hoping that I didn't miss a reverse. I think we're good. Yeah, hopefully they caught them. Hopefully, I mean, like, I would be very surprised if the person isn't already caught and fired. The biggest thing is I hope that all of the cards that they actually seized were retrieved. I would think that they probably were. So again, this happened long ago, so it might have been that they caught all of it before any of it like actually got spread out, since it was already still in like a big bunch. But yeah. Dope says, I haven't been in the Pokemon game very long, but this has come to light when it happened, or is this the first release of the story? So those details weren't really they weren't really public information until recently, when the photo got released. The photo got leaked. So they had posted it in like a group chat, and then someone from the group chat posted the picture, and then it just kind of all stemmed from there, and then people were making up stories on it essentially. Loco says, Rattle, I would, or would we all assume Pokemon Company has tons of cameras to monitor everything? So this is probably slightly, this is information that I heard, that I can't 100% confirm, but from what I've been told by somebody that has an in and or works at the print facility, that they beefed up security in hopes that they would stop this sort of thing. That was after some of the earlier like celebrations and stuff like that. So exactly what date or when that happened, it's hard to say. But yeah, I think they beefed up the security, and that's why I think that like it's pretty unlikely that it would have happened like at the feeder kind of stage. And again, like this type of these guys are not exactly the brightest if they're stealing from work, so. Probably off in another area where they took a box full of those like smaller boxes maybe. Or if it was somebody that had access to them in like the quality assurance area, something like that. I would imagine that the warehouse is pretty jam-packed full of cameras. But then also they'd have to go back in through and see. Chances are they know who did it if, with the sheer amount of cards that they stole, they can narrow it down to who has access to all that stuff. Dead Guy 24/7 says, did this happen to Celebrations too? Celebrations, not to this extent, but there were Celebrations cards that were stolen prior to the release of Celebrations. I have videos on all of that stuff as well. Celebrations, we had Shining Fates, there was stuff stolen. Brilliant Stars had some stolen. Some of it is debatable. Basically, if you see cards from a set a month in advance, they're pretty much stolen. I also found it pretty funny that we had one of the individuals that was defending purchasing stolen product make a video about this stolen stuff, which is kind of funny. I didn't watch that video because I find it hard to believe that there's anything of value in it, but just people jumping on the click train. Oh yeah, I think the yeah, there's a few of them that are like an extended series, and I fight with like the people that were buying them from their plug, etc. It's pretty entertaining. Wonder how Eater 26 is doing. Michael Klein says they probably have two cameras facing each other to make sure no one steals the other camera. Well, that's the thing. They might not necessarily have like somebody watching the cameras 24/7 either. Or if they are, we've seen other stuff that was like stolen. That like, if someone's not watching the cameras to make sure that someone's not stealing the whole time, I mean, like, the people that are working there should know well enough. They're adults. They should know that they shouldn't be stealing from work. But okay, it was Toxicroak. We need a Toxic Croak. I almost messed that one up. I mean, I did mess it up, but at least not badly. Trying to think of what else was... There's been a bunch of stuff stolen. But yeah, usually you can pretty much get down to it. There's been a couple times where people buy the sets early and then they make a YouTube video about it. And for whatever reason, it seems to be like the channels that are like family related. They'll be like, hey son, we got some stolen Pokemon cards. Let's open them on YouTube. We'll get so many views. And it's like, what are you teaching your child? It's bad enough I'm on here saying bad words. But at least I'm not teaching kids to buy stolen product for views. I guess that's a plus. That's a plus for the channel, right guys? And Jerry saying, feels like 1 in 1,600 packs is absurd. I mean, it's probably something like that. It wouldn't surprise me in terms of like, it's a large set. It's got a lot of our alt arts. The alt arts are hard to pull. So like, you can open 1,600 packs and not get one. And then you can open 1,600 more packs and not get one. Very easily, you know. Maybe you get different VMAXs, you get different V alt arts. Rats. So, we gotta remember, if Fitz is still in the chat, we gotta be on the lookout for a Toxic Croak reverse. Or if anyone has one and would like to trade it, then definitely join the Discord and tag me in general chat maybe. Feel like I need to get that one reverse out of the way. I mean, it's weird. Like all the like stolen stuff, there'll be like weird justifications that pop up every time. It's always the same. Like, yeah, it's only cardboard, guys, but it's not only cardboard. I mean, saw recently I put up that video about the new Zelda leaks and the legal trouble that the person's in for sharing images of that stuff. So that's only paper. But when you're messing with IP, and then like on this scale where they stole so much that it like potentially could have hurt the entire market and upset, like, who knows? Like there's a lot of people that'll say like, hey, I'm never opening packs ever again. Whether or not, you know, any of them do that or many of them do that. Even if it's some, like you're hurting the brand, you're hurting the reputation by that stuff getting out essentially. J-Comp says, sorry if I missed it, but when's the next Moonbryon hunt? That'll be tomorrow night. We'll start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I got the packs. I got all the product broken down. I was dying yesterday, breaking down some collection boxes. But we got it. We got them out. Hopefully pull that Moonbryon tomorrow. I do have some Fusion Strike as well. If we weren't doing a Moonbryon hunt tomorrow, I'd kind of want to open some Fusion Strike just to show that there's hits inside it. But I'll look pretty stupid if we don't pull any. So it's a double edge. It would be exciting nonetheless to see if we can pull some hits from it, because it would either give people ammo to say like, hey, so I told you all the hits were removed, even though we probably only open a couple hundred packs. Card Baron says, someone tell Nintendo to start numbering cards and putting autographs on cards. That will peak Pokemon card era if it ever happens. I hope that never happens. It seems it's hard enough to collect everything now. But yeah, when you get into that stuff, I don't know. That's just like false scarcity, or it's lazy. It's lazy and desperate, and I think that's kind of like what Magic the Gathering got into by doing that stuff. Doesn't need it. These sets are already very difficult to open, to complete. J-Comp says, what's your best guess at likelihood of pulling? What, the Moonbreon? In any particular opening, not great. So we'll probably do at least 200 packs. But yeah, I mean, it'll come eventually. We'll get one. I didn't think it would take this long to actually pull one. We're definitely not breaking any records with that. We got the Lugias. It's gonna be nice to get my Silver Tempest, and then I think I have Lost Origin to put into a binder. Maybe we'll do that next week on Monday. Get those babies binder-ronied. Loco says, like I said in Discord, Leonhardt lost the fight. CTR pulled the Celebi. You're next to get Moonbreon. That would be pretty sweet. We got the podcast on Friday too, so I feel like I need that achievement so that we can talk about it. .3333 is the magic number for Moonbreon. It might be. That would be pretty neat. I need one more beverage here, I think. Guys, don't judge. But we got a Smirnoff Ice Creamsicle Blast. We're getting creamy in here. JT says, I still have yet to hear the podcast, been meaning to. Oh, you're missing out. It's a good time. That'll be on Friday, right after the premiere. It's usually a good time. You never know who's going to show up. Well, usually you can be guaranteed that it'll be the three of us. Michael Klein says, that's a headache in a can. It's pretty delicious. I love a good creamsicle, but man, it is sugary. That's like it's a one and done for sure. Fresh Tat says cream for the ladies. Yeah. And the men. It usually goes pretty long though, so if you can't handle the duration, I know there's a lot of people that watch it later on as well. Need to figure out what the premiere is going to be on this week. I think we don't have to pay attention here when I'm putting these cards in. Drew says, podcast best Friday of the month. I agree. Pretty awesome. Dead Guy 24/7 says, do you put your alt / high price cards in these binders or keep them separated? No, they all go in the binders. Every single one of them, regardless of value, regardless of set. They're all double sleeved as well. I didn't say anything about that this stream, but for anyone that's wondering what I use for the sleeves, we got Perfect Fits. I tell this to people every time, just in case. Don't use Perfect Fits if you're not double sleeving. You don't have to double sleeve if you're using side load binders, but I do. It's overkill, but I do it anyway. KMC Perfect Fits, best Perfect Fits, whether you're playing the game or if you want to double sleeve your cards. And then we have KMC Hyper Mats. The outer sleeves are a little bit less important. I know there's some people that like to use like Dragon Shields or something like that, but they still usually use the Perfect Fits. There's links in the description if you want to try those out. But yeah, don't. Ultra Pro makes a lot of good products, but their Perfect Fit sleeves suck really bad. Cheeseburger says, how do I listen to the podcast? So it is on PK's channel, YouTube channel. If you want to listen to prior podcasts, there's been 12 of them so far, I think. Some of them are pretty long. They're like 5 hours or something ridiculous. There's one podcast that we had. I don't know if it was the third one. One of the podcasts that we had, there was like, I don't know how many people jumped on there. There was like 12 of us in the call. We had everyone on there. Dan says Dragon Shield Perfect Fits are nice too. I've heard that. I haven't tried them, but I have tried the Ultra Pro ones and avoid at all costs. But yeah, the KMCs never steered me wrong, so I've just been going with them ever since. I also, at this point, I have so many cards that are sleeved in them that I just want to keep everything consistent. Same binders, although I do have some 9 and some 12 pocket binders, but they're all the same Dex Protection white binders, so they're matching. Gotta have them matching. Ultra says, Drew, can you link PK's channel? It might not let him in the chat. You can mod him. Bam, bam, bam. I can't mod him from my dashboard. Oh no, I can. Alright, Drew should be able to link it there. Also, I don't know, does PK, if he has a playlist for the podcast, you should link that. If it's there. If not, if you're in the Discord, when I'm done here, I'll put a link. And if there's no playlist for the podcast, then we'll give PK some crap about it and get him to make one. In case anyone wants to just straight listen to all of those. You'd have to sit down for a long time in order to listen to all of them at once, but I mean, there's probably somebody out there that would be interested in doing so. Hack away at it whenever you have time. Sometimes it usually starts off with mostly Pokemon, but it can get a little wild, a little all over the place. Sometimes towards the end of the podcast, we've had a few beverages and probably make a lot of less sense. But yeah, if you're join the Discord for anyone that's wondering too. Oh, we got the channel there. It should say like rants with Cool Trainer Ryan, Poke Knowledge, and Rattle Pokemon or something like that for all the videos in under live streams. But there should be like 12 of them. I don't know if they're numbered or anything like that. But yeah. All right. 170. We got the Superior Chestnut. 171, 172. All right, we're gonna try to not mess these up. 3, 4, 5. We're missing a couple full arts there. 6, 7, 8. So I don't know. Silver Tempest. Somehow Silver Tempest. I've only pulled the Lugia out of the alt arts, which is weird. I opened a lot of Silver Tempest. Probably like somewhere in between. Definitely over 3 cases. So I just got a little bit unlucky with that. At least the one altar that I did pull was the Lugia. So I guess there's that to be thankful for. 182. Yeah, 183. Speaking of. Come on, get in there. Get in there, you little Reggie. 183. 184, 185, 186. So there's the Lugia. Put him in there. 187. Oh, Mac, thank you very much. Java, thank you.
4 as Java became a member.
Simon
Simon Cook
like
became a member.
here. What do we got here? 191. 192, 193. We got the Serena. That was the PK trade. Got a few of those in my deck at this point. Not in my physical deck. In the online deck, we were gonna ball out. 195. All right, we're into the rainbow rares. 196. 197. 198. 99, 200. So we're doing good on rainbows here. 201. No, I take it back. We're not doing that great. We just had a bunch in a row. 201, 202, 203, 204, 205. We got the Brio Side Girl. Then we got 6, 7, 8 for the Wallace Rainbow. The Rainbow Unknown. I ended up pulling a couple of them. That was the card that Rev couldn't pull, so I sent it to him. But then I think he ended up pulling it after that anyway. We got 209. It's funny, like sometimes it's hard to hit a certain card, and for some reason the Moonbryon and the Treequaza want to be those cards for me. Got the gold Lugia. Christian Lakados says, I'm not a fan of the Perfect Fit ones. If you want to get the card out, it's so difficult to get out. It's definitely more difficult, but I feel like also, like the Perfect Fit ones probably come out a little bit easier. And you kind of get used to handling them, I guess. Same with putting them in, is like, when you're not used to it, it's a little bit of a chore. 211, 212. 213. Gape Jaw. We love that. 14. 15. Alright, we got Trainer Gallery. We're going to start a new page for Trainer Gallery, chat. Do we start Trainer Gallery here or down here? Niels Bro says, what do you do to get them out safely? Well, we can sleeve one and unsleeve it here if you want to see. Do I have one? So we'll take this potion out. So take it, put it in the sleeve. Just kind of give it a little pinch sideways to put it in. Slide it in the sleeve. Now if you wanted to take it out, like usually these ones like will stretch just a tiny little bit, so I would never reuse the sleeve. But if you just kind of put your finger across the top and hold onto the sleeve itself a little bit, just like that, easy peasy. So like the Perfect Fits, I would never reuse them unless it was like for a deck or something like that. They just don't, they only fit nice once. It's like a glove, and then not so much like a glove anymore. So then if we have the mat card, you put the card in upside down. Same thing with, I use the exact same cards with my like physical deck. But yeah, we can just give it a little sideways pinch, put it in. If you feel like the card is like pushing out of the Perfect Fit, which happens at times, you can always like put it on a flat surface. Like don't put it on a quarter or something like that. Put it on a flat surface and just push it in. And then if it's not in all the way, or you're scared that it's going to come out of the sleeve a little bit, you can stick your finger in and kind of push it down a little bit. Then you can push the air out of it, or when you put it in the binder, it should be fine. But if you have a stack of them that you've sleeved, you can just kind of push evenly down on all of them and the air will come out. Good to go. Alright, breaks in TG01. We're going new page here. Breaks in Melodic. We got the Flappy. A terrible Pokemon, am I right, guys? Jinx. Guardy. Malamar. Oh, Rockruff having a nap. Simeon. Dredagon. Michael Klein says, I'm tempted to open all my Evolving Skies packs. I think we have like 65 or so left, but maybe I should sell and buy the Moomery. Yeah. The odds of pulling it in 65 packs, even though I'm sure plenty of people have done it, it is, your odds are not good. GG 10, 11. Ooh, one of my favorite cards, probably tied for my favorite card, with the Mimikyu watching TV. This Superior is awesome. Christian says, how many master sets have you got, Rattle? Not that many of them are master sets at this point in time. A lot of them are either like partly complete, or if they are complete, I might be missing some of the variants, like the obscure variants. Some of the stuff like Hidden Fates, Shining Fates and stuff like that, where there's not many variant cards from them, those would be master setted, but even Evolutions, I'm missing quite a few of I have the complete set, but I don't have all the variants. We gotta make sure I'm not skipping any here. I don't know if I actually have them all. We got 11. Oh, we did skip. We did skip. Good thing I'm paying attention, chat. Good thing I'm paying attention. Or maybe bad thing I'm paying attention. We got 11. Oh, we're missing 12? $13. What is 12? I haven't looked at the set list in quite some time, so 13, 14, 15, 16. Dead Guy 247 says, do promo cards count as part of the master set? So no, the promo cards would be part of like the ones that have like a Black Star promo on them. If I have one handy, I don't know if I do. So something like this. So this guy here, he would be like part of the Sword and Shield promo set. Even if the same card is in the set, if it doesn't have the set symbol, it's not part of the set, my opinion. But something that's like a non-holo variant, so like say this Salamence, if it had like in a theme deck or something, if it had no holo in the background, that would be a variant that I would include in the master set, or anything with like staff stamps, etc. We got 15. We got 14. We're on 16, 17. Cricketune V. Oh damn it! I'm missing the Cricketune. 17. We got an 18. Yeah, Cricketune can't be that expensive. I should probably just buy that. Although then I'll end up like pulling one or something. 18, 19, 20. I'm missing 19, which is a Corviknight VMAX, I think. 21. Uncle JJ says, how do you find out about all the variants? So the best way is probably Bulbapedia. If you look up a set, that'll show like all the different variations. Even those though don't totally have everything. Christian says, do you collect English only? Yes. So I collect one of each English card essentially. I'm up over 20,000 at this point, which is pretty wild. But the number of cards is always like the remaining cards. Poke Collector says I have 8,500 remaining, but there's definitely more than that. Swedish Fish Official, how you doing on the Twitch? All right, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, 25. We're into the judge. Professor Burnett, what a babe. Am I right, guys? $27, $28. And we got both of the golden boys, $29 and $30. I'm kind of surprised that more people don't like the gold and black cards. Is it maybe because they're like trainer gallery? Maybe because like alt arts are too king at this point in time? Christian, yeah, it's definitely getting big. It is, it's big. But at the same time, like none of my stuff is graded. So where it's all in binders, it's a little bit more manageable. If it was 20,000 slabs, like I don't even know how I would organize that to be able to look at any of it. It would be an absolute nightmare. But binders for life, baby. Love me a good binder. And I don't know. I've been working at it since I got back into the hobby, like beginning of XY. And if you just keep hacking away at it, it's more like a time thing. Like the more time you spend with it, even if you're gradually just picking up some stuff. I started off just buying collections. That was like the most budget-friendly way to do it. You buy a collection. Maybe I take out the cards that I needed that I didn't have already. Sell or trade the leftovers, and then like rinse and repeat over and over and over again. If you don't have money, you can definitely accumulate a really, really awesome collection just by buying and selling, especially collections. They're time consuming, but Christian says, what's your most expensive card? So probably my first edition base Charizard. It was a 7 at one point in time, but cracked it out for the binder. It was at the time, I think it was like $2,000 US, and now I don't know what it's at. I think at peak hype in like 2021, it was probably like 27 grand or something like that. Something crazy. Dope says, do you think it's like rainbows where people want to see the artwork? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If it was the chase, like if it was something like that and it was previous. Rainbows were chase at one point in time, but then like I think they just did rainbows for too long. Like it should have probably just ended in Sun and Moon. Michael Klein says, I'm about to send my Prime, Espeon, and Umbreon to BGS, and hopefully I'll score the first black labels now that they're just handing them out. Maybe. How are they looking? The Primes are probably pretty hard to grade. In my experience. If they're super clean though, like maybe. That'd be pretty wicked. Then you'd be rolling in the dough. It's a BGS 11 now. Is that what we're going for? I mean, who knows? They keep changing their grading scale. They might just everything's a black label. Rounds up everything at 5 and above turns into a black label. Yeah, I don't know. Grading doesn't do anything for me. I get it. Like depending on what you're collecting too. If you just want to collect like the best of the best, or if you're doing it to resell them, if you're just looking to pick up cards, there's plenty of times where I buy a graded card, but it's always with the intention that I'm gonna crack it. Jacob says, do you collect a lot of Japanese or just English? Only English. If I was going to collect Japanese, it would probably be just like the sets that didn't get released in English, the cards that weren't released in English, so any Japanese exclusive artworks. So like your Versus series, your Web, and stuff like that. I haven't though, just because the one of each English card is already like too much of a challenge for the time being. Slowly getting that like missing card number down, but it's a battle. I gotta get back into like a lot of the old stuff. Dan Weisman says, in talks with PSA about getting cards from Muck. Things are looking good. That's good to hear. You mean the cards that were trapped at PSA? Or kind of like stuck in limbo? It sounds like they were going to fix that for anyone. It could take a while for them to fix it, but I'd be more concerned about like any of the cards that he didn't have submitted to PSA that he owes people. Hopefully that's not too much, because those are probably gone at this point, I'd have to assume. Yeah, anytime there's like unpaid bills at PSA or whatever, like it's bound to be time consuming in terms of like getting everything back. Which is kind of why, like, I don't know, the middleman stuff just like shouldn't exist. If you're submitting with like a friend or something like that, maybe, but just like the sheer amount of like people that are middlemaning cards to PSA or to any of the grading companies is just like, it's bound to happen. It's bad. Dope says, did you see that mouse hold I posted in the Discord from either Clayburst or Snow Hazard? I did. It's pretty sick. I'm still waiting for the mouse hold EX though, that I gotta like flip 10 coins to do damage or something crazy. In some way to make them flip heads more. Something awesome with the population bomb attack that it has in game. Some kind of variation of that would be. Yeah. Same with like PSA and like in the UK, it just needs to open their own branch. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I guess it makes sense because they're trying to save money, but they're gonna end up with the same headaches over and over again. Like we had a data breach within a week of me making a video saying like, what the hell are you doing, PSA? Just open your own. Like all they need is a warehouse to receive the cards and forward them to the PSA in the US, at least for the time being, until they like. If later they decide that they want to open a grading facility there to save money from shipping back and forth internationally, maybe do that eventually, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because they want to capture the market, but also they don't want to do the work themselves, but there really isn't that much work. Like they don't have to grade the cards in the UK. This is not happening anyway. But yeah, people... Man, I don't know. Maybe they'll learn someday. Mr. Fuggle says, do you have a non-hollow Umbreon V for Evolving Skies from Pack Starter Event decks? That's the one that took me a while to get for the Master Set. Oh, I do. Somewhere. Talking about these bad boys. So anyone that hasn't seen these, there's like these PAX decks. We got a non-hollow versions of the V's, which are pretty cool. I didn't even see a whole lot of people like talking about these, but I do have them. I need to take them out and sleeve them. I also need to figure out if there's any other cards in these decks that. But yeah, pretty cool. I think these will probably be one of those things that eventually they're just really hard to find. Unless they come out with more and have them at more events. Like it's one of those things that like they could just keep using those same decks. But I guess now V's are gone, so maybe they would replace them with like EXs or something like that. But yeah, we have those. Lyndon says, are you going to unwrap them? Yeah, they're going to go in the binder. So those will go in the back. So that'll go at the back of the Evolving Skies binder. You got Fusion Strike Greninja. What is that? Shining Fates? Lucario? So they'll go in the respective binders, the set that they're from. So as we were talking about variants earlier, these would be like variants of the V cards. So I put those at the back of the binder. They were kind of expensive for what they were. It might have been like $50 for the set of 3 decks. If I'm remembering correctly, maybe somewhere between 50 and $100. I don't know what they are now or if you can even buy them now, but they're pretty cool. But yeah, I mostly just wanted the card on the front there. Christian says, what do you think about this crazy new prices for Japanese cards? I think it is not for me anymore. I was opening some on the channel, and it was expensive. So, and that's with a channel where I'm gonna get views and ad revenue, etc. when I open them. So for it to not be worth it for me anymore, it's like I can only imagine like for people that just want to collect it. But I mean, the thing is like just too many people jumped in on the Japanese market all at once. Everyone doing rip and ships, everyone doing just now collecting Japanese, that like there's so much being sucked out of Japan, and they seemingly haven't increased like the print runs, or can't increase them enough to the point that it'll offset that like insane extra demand. So I think it's just like the new Western market for Japanese cards just far outweighed what Japan could kind of handle. I mean, like the waifu cards and stuff like that were always a little bit more expensive, but yeah. Jacob says, are you doing YouTube full time, or do you have other jobs? So kind of gradually got away from my other forms of work, and now pretty much Pokemon only. Between YouTube and eBay and all that kind of stuff. Now Twitch. If anyone's over on the Twitch, feel free to check me out there as well. But that's mostly just for the live streams, and the live streams will be on both YouTube and Twitch. So no one should be missing out, but I know there's people that prefer. PokeJeff says, I'm here for the FAMAS action. Yes. I don't know if I can. It might be even hard for me to talk in like 3-word sentences. Smack Daddy says, what did you do before YouTube? Lab equipment stuff. So science degree. And I guess most recently had my own business selling lab equipment. And that was a variety of lab equipment, and then it kind of focused in on mostly microscopes, both for like research and surgery. So in the operating room with the crazy neuro and any of the microscopes used for like ears, nose, and throat, and eyes, and all that stuff. Cataract surgery. Watch some people get their eyeballs cut open. Dead Guy 247 says, what do you do to avoid burning out from YouTube? I don't know. Just Pokemon in general. I think the more you like diversify in different areas of it, the less burnout you're gonna feel. So if you're just opening packs, maybe step away from that. Check out some singles. Do some trades. There's lots of cool people that you can meet. If you're in the Discord, you'll find that out pretty quick. Jedi Master Josh says, change the title to AMA with Remy Pokemon. Yeah, pretty much. Burning out from YouTube itself. I think the YouTube burnout is basically I'm gonna make content that I want to make. It's always exciting to like catch new scammers, and it's funny to mess with them, and they're gonna fight with me and stuff like that. So I think that's a huge thing. The live streams, switching it up with the live streams. We were doing, I know people have been asking recently about like Booze News. The Booze News takes a lot of work in advance, so if I continued to do that, it would probably burn me out a little bit. So just like switching it up, different style videos, changing it up to some streams now. The openings are always fun. That's more a fun thing. Like the openings on this channel do not make money, not even close. Especially like the Evolving Skies ones. They are not a money maker. So that's more just me having fun, spending some money. It does grow the channel, but in terms of like financial value, like the ad revenue from that is nowhere even close to what it would have to be to break even on those videos. But Judge Fan 101 says, can I get a shout out? My name is Max. Hey Max, how's it going? Shout out accomplished. Wheezy Tony says, what's your favorite card in your collection? Not the most valuable, but one that has the most meaning to you. I don't know exactly. There's certain cards that like I can always remember like who traded them to me. Like I'm always gonna know my first edition base Vulpix has like the tramp stamp, like it has an ink blotch on it on its butt. So like every time I turn that page over, like I remember like, hey, I got that one. I bought that one from Gary. Just stuff like that, or like trades. It's always cool to remember where certain cards came from. I think a lot of people like, I don't know, like there's a reason it's the Pokemon trading card game, and it can kind of bring you back to like, people are always obsessed with like pulling something themselves, buying singles, etc. But it's also cool to like trade somebody, to like send something to. I mean, don't get scammed, and make some friends that you trust, and you can send each other some stuff, and it's pretty cool that way. So. Jake says the premiere takeover was epic the other day. Man, my last week was crazy. I didn't know what the premiere was gonna be exactly. It still took quite a while to put that video together, in terms of like pulling all the comments, the negative comments. But the Garage 2016 says Gary sounds nice. Gary is definitely nice. He means well. He says some ridiculous crap at times. He believes way too much in everyone, like to a fault. So, but he has a good heart. Tanya says, wow, the set of 3 packs appears to be going for 200 USD now. Holy moly. Yeah, that's one of those things that like, it seemed expensive at the time, considering it's like 3 non-holo Vs, and that they could get just like introduced at multiple events, additional events. You never know. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna buy them. I think it was $50 for the 3 decks. Like 50 USD maybe. I'd have to check, but yeah, it definitely wasn't 200 USD. I'm glad that I got them though, if that's the case. I mean, even like, that's the thing too. Like, worst case, if they put them at multiple events and I lost $50, then not the end of the world. If you bought a whole bunch of them and then they like tanked because they started putting them out at every event ever, then that would suck pretty bad. But Christian says, these days are so difficult to trade people. You're just wasting hours of your time, and in the end not trade not even happening. Yeah, so like, if you don't just like go on and ask random people to trade on like Instagram and stuff like that, you're probably wasting your time. But if you have friends, like, you can join the Discord, come on in the like happy hour or whatever. Once you get to know people enough, then oh yeah, Jedi Master Josh says playing the TCG is the new wave again. So that's another thing to like, if you want to avoid burnout, try out the TCG. It'll give you like a new appreciation for the cards. You probably have a bunch of trainer cards. You probably have a bunch of code cards laying around. Punch them into your TCG live and try out the game. Learn the game. It doesn't hurt to know the game anyway, to at least to an extent, so you can kind of judge what's playable or not playable. Maybe you can sell off some of your extra cards if you're opening packs. If you know what's playable, you know what to set aside and pull out. Arnold the Palmer says, what is a binder stream? Oh, well, we finished the binder stream and it turned into a little bit of an AMA. I am going to let you guys go soon, but yeah. Mostly just opening some mail. That, like, almost the entirety, well, I mean, the Troll and Toad stuff wasn't, but all the reverses there, all of the EXs and stuff like that, these are all trades, essentially. So, I mean, a trade doesn't have to be that scale either, by any means, but too much tuna, how's it going? Dead Guy 24/7 says, does it take forever to open those packs on the online TCG? So, yeah, you'll have to punch them into live. You can only do them like 10 at a time, but you can like, there's like an open all or like a receive all cards kind of thing that you can hit in order to save time. Christian says, have you opened Simplified Chinese? I have not. I don't really have any desire to. Like, if I was gonna collect something else other than English, it would be the Japanese, just the original language and cards, I guess, but Tequila Tarian says, keep doing what you're doing, Rattle. It's flexi muscle emoji. Thank you. Smack Daddy says, what are you drinking? This is it's a creamsicle blast. It's very sugary, but it tastes good, but it's definitely a one and done. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're gonna open at least 200 Evolving Skies booster packs. Hopefully, finally get that Moonbreon, but I'll be on there for that. I haven't seen that Rev open them. I haven't watched any videos in the last little bit, but I do need to get on it. Repo Man, take care. Everybody, you have a good one. Uncle JJ. Yeah, there's a link down for the binders in the description of all the videos. The binders, the sleeves. They're affiliate links, so it does support me. I appreciate it. If you do that, same with any of the eBay links. There's stickers down there if you want them. But again, no pressure. Appreciate every bit of support. Don't buy anything on Amazon if you know, or like any of the links if you don't actually want the stuff. You don't have to do that. But if you are gonna buy them anyway, and you want to click the links in the description, appreciate it. All right, love you guys. See ya. See you in the Discord.